Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever podcast of. Well, we don't even know what our name is yet.
We're gonna call ourselves the Gearless podcast.
Okay, fine. We'll stick with Gearless.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's just say that.
So, of course, we need to introduce ourselves because we're not all like Kyle, who's famous.
We're not celebrities
So
like he
yeah,
is.
we're not celebrities like Kyle. So I'm Pablo. I'm from Yugo Auto, and
And I'm Kyle Leong from Kyle Leong Cars.
I'm Nathan from Unbox PH.
I'm Carlos Divina from autodeal.com.ph.
so you heard that me, Nathan, and Carlos are from pretty professional in the established publications. And this podcast's aim is to be very honest and very candid about our opinions. So we have a disclaimer now, and I guess we're gonna have to do it for every episode, that the opinions that we state do not reflect the opinions of our publications. These are mine, his, and his
Yes.
opinions, and they
On our-
do not reflect in any way, shape, or form what our publications think. So if we get fired after this, then well, that's just too bad. But
It's shaped by our personal
yeah, it's
experiences.
our
Yes.
personal experiences,
thoughts
our
as
own
well.
opinions, and what we think in general. So, this first episode, we decided to do something very controversial, actually, because you gotta go out with a swing, right? So, our first topic is per segment in the automotive industry, what we think individually are the most overrated and the most underrated cars per segment. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
just general, but I guess in the end we can talk about what we think is in general.
Yep. So we're gonna try to compress this podcast as short as possible. But anyway, let's get started. So first off, Pablo, since the crossover segment is,
We're
let me
gonna,
say this.
we're gonna start with the crossover.
We'll start with the crossover segment.
Alright,
Mhm.
alright.
It's a hot
okay.
market right now.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
So
got it.
let's begin with Pablo. What is the most overrated and underrated subcompact crossover?
Wait, okay, no, you have to help me out here. Subcompact is like what?
Subcompact in terms of, let's put it at price, because right now the sizes, they kind of vary
Yeah.
per segment. Let's say below 1.3 million pesos.
Overrated. Well, Kyle, we're gonna fight in the very beginning.
I think I have an idea what this is.
But I think it's a cool rate.
Okay, so that's your overrated.
Yeah, that's my overrated. Yeah. I'll tell you why later. So go. Everybody should give theirs first.
Okay, overrated for me in this segment would probably be the MG ZST. People love buying it, right?
Let's
There's just
thoughts later.
so
thoughts
much,
later.
yeah, thoughts later. But yeah, the MG ZST, Nathan,
Wait, underrated.
overrated.
Overrated.
Oh, we're only talking overrated
Yeah,
for now.
First,
Overrated
first.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to share my thoughts with
The Geely Cool.
yes, the Geely Cooler A for now is the most overrated. But I'll discuss my reasons later.
In my case, I agree with Kyle. It's MGZST. I mean,
So it's two against.
It's two
look.
against two.
Look at the price. At the price.
No, okay.
It
No,
doesn't
Oh, we're
give you
getting
a
into
whole-
why now,
It,
right?
it,
Yeah.
it doesn't give you a whole lot of reasons to actually buy it compared to the competition.
Mm-hmm.
no, I agree.
The driving performance, the quality of the interior.
The ZST is not an optimal choice, but I don't see a lot of them, so that I can't consider it overrated. I don't
There's
see
so
enough.
much
no,
of
dude,
them.
there's so much on the road.
Here in
Really? I don't-
Look,
yeah,
yes, there are more cool rays, but,
Yeah.
but you have to take note then that the cool ray
can back it up.
can back it up. Like,
Yeah.
you have the looks of the interior, the quality. You have the performance.
It has
Even-
177
Like,
horsepower.
even in a car enthusiast perspective, it's still a much more fun car to drive in the ZST.
The steering is good too. The transmission's fast. It's decently comfortable. It's
because with the
well-priced.
ZST, you have that sort of classic Chinese delay on the transmission.
Well, I wouldn't say
that's
it's a
true.
Chinese
Okay,
delay.
yeah,
It's just a
yeah.
DC, the old DCT delays.
Yeah, it's
The early Audi
Yeah.
DCTs.
Like, I think the ZST needs not just an update in terms of interior or whatever. It needs a heavy update.
I have to say
Keep
that
up.
this ZST sounds good.
Okay, look, we're going into sound now.
No, I know. I'm just saying that.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Okay. Honestly, I forgot about the
Yeah,
ZST.
I haven't had enough
I-
time
I-
with the ZST to formulate.
I've had
a
too much
decent
time with the
opinion.
ZST, and
And
okay.
wait,
I
the
agree.
ZST has a 4-cylinder, right?
Yes.
It does.
Okay.
But it's just way less engaging, way slower compared to the 3-cylinder found in the Coolray. So since we're doing a 2v2, I think it's pretty good to just compare them directly.
Yeah, I agree that, okay, the Coolray obviously was first in terms of being turbocharged.
Mm-hmm.
The ZST was supposed to be the answer to the Coolray.
Yeah, it
And
started
it
off with the
hasn't,
ZS.
and it hasn't answered anything.
No, it didn't answer it.
No, it did. It for me, there, sayang, because honestly, I think the ZST looks okay.
Mhm.
I think it looks okay. I don't think.
It doesn't look bad.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. I can't say that it looks bad. So it was a wasted opportunity to try to create something as exciting as the Coolray was when it was first launched.
But the problem there is, I think the Coolray started kind of from scratch, right? But the ZST just came from the ZS. So we do have to give it to MG that they were kind of limited on that aspect.
Well, they were kind of limited.
No,
you
but-
also have to take into account that SAIC Motor Group is a huge group.
Yeah.
It is an enormous group.
It's an enormous group, which means they have the budget
Yeah.
to be able to make a good car.
Yeah.
And I think, like, Kyle has been to the Shanghai Motor Show. And
Yeah.
you see, I think you've seen SAIC creations that are actually really good.
I mean,
Like, they're capable of something
That smile tells us.
probably better.
let's just say SAIC vehicles in general aren't the best when it comes to interiors.
No, okay. I agree that SAIC has a lot.
Quality in general.
Yeah,
not
no.
just interior.
No,
okay?
SAIC has a lot to work on in terms of like fit and finish, in my opinion.
They look amazing.
Same,
Most
I agree.
SAICs look amazing. The Volkswagens.
I think the T-Cross looks good. I like the way the
I
T-Cross
love the way it looks. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
it ends there,
looks
the way
good.
it looks.
Yeah.
It looks.
But if you have a T-Cross and then like, for example, like Kyle, we know for a fact that Kyle has a Coolray.
Oh yeah, disclaimer. This might sound biased, but we have to put it out there. My personal car, I daily drive a 2023 Geely Coolray SE, the top of the line sport version. So it has all the bells and whistles and all that. So I'm speaking from that point of view that I have with all the
But
functions.
Kyle
He will
is-
defend it
Kyle-
with his life.
Kyle is unbiased. I will
Yeah,
give him that.
yeah.
He will.
Kyle is trying his best.
So again, so like if you think about, okay, if we're comparing the ZST, going back, the ZST and the Coolray, I will have to agree and I will say that I've lost that argument. The ZST is more overrated.
ZST is more yes.
But I feel like the level of fanaticism, because having a
No,
cool
I-
house
okay.
is an identity. It's like
No,
it's
but
different
there's a fine line between fanaticism and being overrated.
Yeah, I mean, if it's okay to be a fanatic, like let's say if someone's a fanatic of the original NSX or the original Supra, fine, but it can be backed up by what the car brings you, and it's the same thing with the Coolray. It might not be the best out there, but at that price, it's almost impossible to get that performance, that fit and finish, that quality.
For now.
For now, yeah, we're not talking about
one of the
future.
reasons why it was my choice as being overrated is because it's not as good as it used to be anymore.
That's precisely my
But
point.
Because-
what is its competitor in that range that could be better?
MQ CS35
Yeah,
Plus.
the M.
We haven't driven the MQ.
I have.
Thoroughly,
Oh, yeah.
we haven't thoroughly driven it, so we can't really give. None of us have driven the MQ. As of the filming of this video, we've only driven it like around Pasig areas, very tiny
Okay.
areas, so we can't.
I think the
really say it.
CS35 Plus comes close.
Yeah, the CS35
It comes
Plus.
close. I agree.
Yeah.
In some aspects, I actually prefer it, but
Yeah.
it's not. I will have to say
But
that
aside
it's
from
not.
the suspension being a bit bouncy, a
Yeah.
bit too soft.
Oh yeah, that's
My
something I
issue with the
noticed.
Chang'ans, as to why I still prefer the Coolray, for example. The CS35 is amazing. The only thing that lets it down is number one, the transmission. It's laggy. I'm
The
not
delay.
saying that the Coolray is super responsive. It still is, compared to regular automatic, it's still delays. It's still delayed in traffic, especially. But the biggest difference is that if you get inside the Geely Coolray, you wouldn't really feel too much like you're driving a Chinese car. Everything is polished. All the translations are perfect.
Okay.
Well,
You
yeah,
get
that's the
into the
problem with
Chang'an.
Here we go.
Yeah, you get into the Chang'an, it even greets you with like English translated Chinese proverbs, and it just looks so weird. Something about life being like the autumn and something.
Okay,
like that.
software wise.
Yeah,
Oh, and
and
like,
if
like the aircon saying forest there and
yeah,
stuff like
it's
that.
things like Forester is fine.
Yeah,
Right? We can
Forester
live with
is
that. But like, if you dig into the menus, and this is not exclusive to MGs. This also goes for like Cherries
You
and
mean
other
Chang'an?
Chinese cars.
Chang'an.
You meant
Chang'an, sorry. But this also happens to like the Cherries and JACs. The translations are simply off. I mean, these are ginormous conglomerates in China. How hard and how much would they spend to get some guy who's actually bilingual in English and Chinese to translate it properly?
Hey, what's wrong with Google Translate?
It just
No,
doesn't work.
that's exactly the problem.
That's exactly what
That's
they
exactly
It
the
translates.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
translates too much to the sense.
That's
Yeah.
probably
Too literal.
what they
Yeah,
did.
it's too literal.
No, okay. Okay. Fine. Meaning, since
Okay. My opinion is, it's not the most overrated anymore. It's been Trump, but
I
it's still
honestly
overrated.
forgot about the ZST,
Yeah.
but doesn't mean that I still don't think the Coolray is overrated.
There, I share the exact same sentiments.
I do agree. It's kind of overrated somehow, but it's not the most overrated.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, there. That is the point
Okay.
of the podcast. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
underrated. Wait, it's gonna get too long. Let's go with underrated cars in the segment. It's kinda hard.
That's quite a difficult decision for me.
The segment is so popular that it's hard to find a really
Honestly,
underrated car.
the GS4.
Yes,
That
I
GS4,
agree. Yes.
that's a very
GS4 for
The-
Oh wow!
Yes, that's a
I just
very, very
I just
good-
reviewed it recently and I
Right.
was very
Yeah.
Like-
impressed.
The GS4 is
Okay.
very underrated.
It's kind of old already.
It is.
It's been around for, I think, two or 3 years.
Yeah, like the recent one that's just an updated version, right?
Yeah.
It's not a whole new
Yeah.
next
Yeah,
generation
but
product
it's
The interior is so much better now.
compared
it's
to
so
the.
Yeah.
refined.
Yeah, that's
comfortable.
It looks
get
so
a space.
dated.
That brings
And-
us to the point that what if GEC would introduce the next generation GS4?
Actually, that's true, right?
But I think what makes the GS4 so good is that it doesn't do everything. It doesn't have the most screens on the interior, but everything it does well.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't drive well in the sense that it's fun to drive. It's not, but it's so comfortable.
It
It is super
comfortable.
comfortable. And when you consider the price, I was shocked.
It's like
Yeah,
driving
the
a
price.
budget RAV4. Do you agree? Like a budget previous generation RAV4.
When you say previous generation,
Previous
2001 or
No, that's
or what?
right before the current one with all the hybrids and all that. The previous generation.
Wait, maybe.
They're about the same
Maybe.
size.
Okay, I've ridden
Yeah.
one of those.
No, but like,
yeah.
I think what
Maybe, but I still do think the interior quality of the GS4
for
is better.
But it's almost half the price of the RAV4.
And the design is better.
actually for the price,
Interior.
the
Yeah.
price kasi for the price of the GS4, you wouldn't expect that it's that
Polished.
refined
Yeah.
It's
and
very
polished
polished.
as a product.
Not
like,
much creaks in it.
Not
There's still
much-
No, I
cars
didn't
on-
get
Yeah.
any. I barely got.
There still is. Like
yeah.
if you
Yeah.
shake it.
Which unit did you get? What color?
The gray one.
Oh, the same as me.
Yeah,
So you
same
got
as
the
you.
black interior. I got the
Yeah.
one with the
Beige.
brown
Brown.
beige interior.
So how is the execution of that in the
It's absolutely stunning. You know what it reminded me of?
what?
The interior of the Lexus ES.
That is
Really?
the end of the
That's,
topic right there. Okay, we're,
I mean, that's a bold statement.
This is not an advertisement.
that
This
is
is an
the
organic
boldest statement
No.
so far.
You guys gotta understand. I'm a Euro car fan, right?
Yeah.
And for me to say that something is as good as a Lexus and I'm loving it, at least you know it's not biased. The quality isn't that good, but like the execution of the two-tone interior, the color scheme. it's beautiful.
Okay, here.
But if you're saying
It's a
if you're
great
saying the quality
yeah.
isn't that good, how would it age though?
That we don't know. That's something we can't tell yet.
Yeah,
because it's
actually
pretty
can't
new.
tell.
Yeah.
We'll see in a couple of years.
No, but like, okay, I'm gonna throw a curveball out just for the sake of the argument. We're really high up on the GS4 because of the price and what you get for it and how it feels and everything. But what if it was charged like 200 grand more? Would we still
That's-
have the same opinion?
No, like that's gonna change.
Right?
Yeah, that's
it
going
will
to be-
change.
no,
That's
but it
what-
can't because it's
You
gonna
have
eat
the
into the
M2,
M2.
yeah. That's why I put when I made an article on it that if you want something more sophisticated, you get the M2, but if you want to stay under the radar, you get the GS4.
You know, I drove the MQ like
Around the block.
2
Okay.
kilometers. I haven't gotten the full review yet. I'm gonna get that soon. But honestly, still now, I still prefer the GS4.
Ooh.
Really?
Okay.
Even with the next generation interior of the MQ.
Yeah,
And
because
the next generation tech.
the MQ for me, I expected it to be like that. But okay, I get it.
Yeah.
It's as good as advertised, but it's kind of pricey. It's not super affordable.
But the
right?
GS4 is
But the
literally
GS
underrated.
and it's not. You can't say that the price difference warrants a difference in performance. It's not. The MQ's not that much faster. It's not that much more comfortable. I mean, it probably has more features, yeah, but
GS4 is more comfortable.
yeah, but see exactly my point. So, para for me, I prefer the GS4 because it's really such a bargain for what you're getting for it. And I wouldn't feel bad if, let's say, I pulled up next to an MQ. I'd feel like, okay, his is just newer. It's just newer than what I have, but I can't say that it's light years better. That's my opinion. That's
Yeah.
my opinion. But
Because
that's what I
personally,
think.
when I was comparing, for the GS4, it was quite hard to find the flaw in the GS4. Like the fundamentals, it knocked it out of the
Yeah.
park. So basically, when I was using it, I was very happy with it until I ran into the lag on the head unit.
It's not that.
It's not that bad.
There would be times where it would. crash.
Didn't you have that issue with the MPOW?
With the MPOW, I had those issues.
You had a sort of radio issue with the MPOW when you were playing your music. You had to do like a sort of.
Oh yeah, no, with the MPOW there was a hack, but MPOW we'll get to that later, I guess.
Yeah.
No, wait, the GS4's head unit, it's still light years better compared to the previous generation 4KG.
Oh, and
Oh yeah.
it's
well,
also light years better. I didn't mention it a while ago, but since we're talking about lags already, I have never borrowed an MG test unit wherein I didn't want to shoot the head unit. No, I'm not kidding. There's one time wherein I borrowed the MG5 when it was first launched. They lent it to us, and out of the kindness of their heart, they didn't have to, but they did. So I had it over the holidays. That 2019. I tried to use it one time. And that was like the first few generations wherein they put all the settings in the head unit, wherein you have barely any physical buttons for controls of the aircon.
So on a hot day, that would have been
So-
a problem.
When I got into it, when I started it, the screen didn't work properly.
Oh god.
Okay, so it hung. Okay, it hung. So I was like, I can't change my music. I can't change the song. I can't change the radio station. But the worst part was I couldn't change the temperature or the speed of my aircon. I would forgive that for like a minute, 2 minutes. Turin, 20 to 30 minutes. I didn't have a head unit.
Oh god.
No, that's pretty bad.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a test unit of a particular premium brand recently.
Okay, that's the MG5.
Ah.
The ZST
Okay.
was actually, I think, a safety issue.
Why?
So the same thing happened. I plugged my phone, Android Auto, then it hung. It just hung. I was like, I couldn't. So I turned off the head unit, I turned it on again, I even restarted my phone. Same thing. You know how I fixed it? I had to turn off the car in the middle of traffic.
It's like when your laptop hangs and you have to restart. You have to restart.
But I had to restart the whole car.
Hey, to be fair, this is not exclusive to the MG.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's just my experience.
Yeah,
I'm talking
but
about
even
my
if we
experience.
go up to the luxury brands, the German brands.
Oh, we're going there.
No, they do this. If the head unit hangs, if something messes up on your dashboard and gives you Christmas lights, which happens literally
Quite
every
often.
week with the German car, you have to turn off the car, and it doesn't stop there. You have to open the door. And sometimes, some of them, not only do you have to open the door, you would have to exit the vehicle, close the door, and lock the car before it will reset.
And unlock again.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
With the
that's
door,
happened.
get in, start the car.
I had to do that with a particular luxury European car right before I went up the steel ramp of Skyway Stage 3 when they were building that thing. Or
I
whatever.
know this brand.
You
You've
know
told
that-
me this
oh,
story
yeah.
before.
You know this
Feel
brand,
free to
right?
Yeah.
share if you.
No, okay.
So feel free to share the car, Kyle.
In fairness, it wasn't a test unit.
Okay.
It was your personal
It
car.
it was.
So, I think you can share.
Okay, it's personal car. It was a 2011 BMW 520D F10 body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, those. Okay.
And it gave you that issue.
Then
Yeah, at least
again,
I had two F10s. They're both 520Ds.
You
The
know-
first one was kind of messed up. The second one was pretty fine. Anyway, we're
We're
straying off
straight
from
from the topic. Okay.
No,
No.
okay. We have to move. We have to
Yeah,
move.
we're moving. So the GS4 is the most underrated.
And
The most overrated is
MG
ZST. Okay, I think we can all agree on that.
Okay.
No more violent reaction.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Next segment. Do you want to go for the sedans this time? or you
Oh
wanna-
yes,
Okay,
the
okay.
sedans.
Wow,
Wait,
this-
which sedans?
Hold on.
Like, which
Just for
segment?
our viewers, we don't have the best camera light. We're just starting this podcast now, so this might come in parts.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, so let's move on to the subcompact sedan category. I mean, these two are the most popular anyways. The subcompact crossover and the subcompact sedan. Subcompact sedan. Let's start with overrated. This time, let's start with Carlos.
Subcompact sedan that's
Overrated.
overrated.
This might be a unanimous decision. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I have to think that through.
Yeah,
man.
I have to
Like,
think first.
It's not an easy.
Okay.
Nothing really comes up to mind quickly.
I think you and I share the same opinion.
Because we talk about this
Yeah.
often.
You wanna
start, do it in
do the no,
Okay.
do the brand. I'll do the name.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. go.
Mitsubishi.
Mirage G4.
Yes.
Okay.
Overrated.
Oh.
No, okay, in fairness,
Or go.
the Mirage, in essence, should be a good product.
It should.
It's simple, dependable, basic mobility that has enough features to make a normal driver
It's
owner.
an appliance.
It
I-
was
but
really,
there.
It's a point A to B type of thing.
Yeah, but you have the dependability of it being a Mitsubishi, diba? So, but the problem with it is that it costs too much money. How
you
much?
see, okay, I don't have the exact numbers, right? But when we last checked this,
Yes.
the manual Mitsubishi Mirage cost about the same money as the cheapest Toyota Vios with an automatic. I believe that was the XLE or something.
It's either the X
LE or the E.
or the
one of those.
I think
Yeah.
it's probably the E 1.2.
Probably,
Yeah,
but
it's probably
Shocking.
that doesn't make sense. And what do you get? You get less cabin insulation. Fine, not a lot of people mind that.
less space.
You get less space. You get a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder engine. Now we know people will say
naturally
it's more economical.
aspirated, by the way.
Naturally aspirated. So people will say, yeah, but mas matipid din sa gas. It's more fuel. It sips fuel better, right?
But actually,
But you have to step more to get
Exactly.
the
Yeah,
No, and
you have to keep yourself higher in
The
the
Vios
range.
is actually one of the more fuel efficient engine cars I know.
No, and then that is true. I agree.
In that, like the
I agree.
CVT and the 1.3 or the 1.5,
It doesn't have to be a
Vios
CVT. Like even a
yeah,
manual
it's
guy.
super duper frugal.
So is the Mirage just old?
It's very
Yes.
But so is the Vios. And yet, personally, I'm not a big fan of the Vios. I think there are better options out there for the same price. But I also understand the sentiments of buyers going for a Vios. They
Going for
don't want,
Toyota.
yeah, number one, so Toyota, they don't want uncertainty.
Yeah.
So they don't want to try
You
to.
want something that's proven.
Yes,
I mean, there's a
exactly.
reason why it's the number one selling, not just Toyota, but I think car
Here.
here in the Philippines.
Yes. But
Now
that's the
here's
point.
a question:
That's the
would
point.
that change if they didn't count the taxi fleets?
The taxi
That's-
fleets,
I don't know.
taxis aren't too big nowadays.
I don't know.
Just look at the Grab fleets or what.
Yeah.
And yet there's more Vioses than Mirages when it comes to Grab, right? Fine.
Yeah.
But the point here is, the Vios simply is a much better option compared
Overall,
to the Mirage.
yeah.
And yet there's still a lot of people who would say, I want to go for the Mirage.
Maybe they're the types that want, I'll be different.
Yun
My,
nga eh.
And
my
have you
friend,
ever-
my
Exactly
my
that.
friend has a Vios. I'll get a Mirage.
Have you ever asked them why they want the Mirage?
That I don't know. No, I have some. Our customers in Automart. I also work for Automart, but my opinions don't reflect them. Anyway, they want something more fuel efficient because they think just because it's a 1.2, it's more efficient than
But
a
it's not
1.3.
that much more fuel efficient, is
No,
it?
it isn't.
The
It
thing
isn't
is,
at all.
yeah,
It
and
is in terms of if you're alone, but if you have people, like say you have passengers, as you said, it has a rev higher, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of negates the fuel economy difference.
And it's not as refined as an engine overall.
Not at
because
all.
it's an uneven engine. It's a 3-cylinder,
Not
so
all
it's
3-cylinders are
noisy.
bad.
No, I know, but like the specific MyVec
specific.
unit is not as refined as the Vios engine. It's
Yeah.
not.
And then there's the top of the line Mirage, right?
Mhm.
How much is
The
it?
GLS.
Yeah, how much is it?
I don't even know.
The last
900 plus thousand.
I think it was probably over $1 million now, probably. Because the last time I had it, it was like 998, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that's.
You could get the guy running on the street.
No, here's
with
the
a
thing.
faster acceleration
Here's
than
the
the
thing,
Mirage.
though.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
Like,
It's true.
it's funny because when they launched that facelifted Mirage, they launched it with and without the kits. Because there's a body
Right,
kit.
yeah.
Right? The body kit isn't what you would call also affordable.
How much is the body kit?
It's very expensive.
How much is it?
Like how?
Like I honestly don't know the exact price anymore. But when I researched it at the time, because I was doing the review, I was just like, wow.
Okay, let's just say it's
Again,
30,000.
we're not you. Okay, we're not saying that it's a bad car.
It's just there are
In
better
theory,
options.
it's a decent option, but it's not affordable enough for it to be. How do I say this? a smart option.
Yeah.
It's decent, but it's just too expensive.
Get
Not
the
anymore.
Vios,
It's
basically.
way too
Yeah.
often chosen for something that doesn't match up to its actual.
Yeah, like
Performance.
in every like if we don't we're talking about our opinions, but if you get like brochure to brochure comparison between a Vios and that, it's gonna lose. It's smaller, makes less power. Do you get?
Why
more
don't we
features
bring in the
now?
Honda City in this conversation?
Because the city's
It's expensive.
too expensive, dude.
The city's good.
Yeah, the city's good.
The city's worth the price, but
I mean,
it's
no,
too expensive.
How much is top of the line the Vios?
What?
That's a GRS. That's 1 million something.
No, it's 1 point.
Is it a 1.1?
It's
So
almost
1.0
1.1. It's almost one. Like
How much
one,
is the City?
1.1, almost 1.2, I think. So it's
Yes,
almost
so
that-
100,000.
so that's 100.
Cities are expensive.
At that
Okay,
segment.
they're great.
Hondas are
100,000.
expensive in general.
Yeah. But they make sense because they're pretty good to drive.
They're pretty
Some
good.
of them. I'd say some of them.
Hey, come on,
vast
dude,
majority.
The Brio is pretty good to drive.
I haven't driven the Brio.
The Brios are
I enjoy driving the city.
The Brios are
Anyway,
fantastic.
wrong segment.
Yeah, but-
wrong segment. Okay, now let's move on. Wait, have you thought of a different car, or are we sticking
So
with
we're
the
all
Mirage?
agreeing on the Mirage.
We're sticking with that, but I don't agree with Pablo and what he said that it's a decent option. I think it's a bad option.
Our
Okay, okay.
our second bold statement of the day.
Is
It's
it
bad
safe to
op-
overtake with the Mirage on the highway?
No.
No, probably not. Okay.
Underrated subcompact sedan. You know what I'm gonna say, so you say.
I'd probably say what you're gonna say. So
Oh,
that's a rare.
that's rare. You can't think. We'll start. Hey, you start.
You can start. You say.
No, you haven't started.
Hmm?
Okay, fine. GDM Grand.
Oh, there we go. See, we were gonna say the exact same thing.
GDM Grand underrated car.
Okay, I hate to agree with you, but I do.
Okay.
It's underrated.
It's not a. Would you agree?
No, it is underrated.
I think it's underrated.
I don't see enough on the road.
Mhm.
At
Yeah.
first,
You should go to the Profit.
when they launched it, I thought it would be a hot seller.
I thought also.
Same. I really thought it would.
Especially with the price point,
Yeah.
the features that you get for
Yeah.
the price. I really thought it would really
But
kick
it
off.
didn't.
But it didn't.
For some
I
reason.
was
Yeah.
shocked because I went into it blind. Like I didn't know how much it was when I first saw it. So I
Yeah.
was asking like people around, like how much is it? And they're like, they said around 800,
Dude,
900.
because the
I was
design is
shocked.
really good.
Yeah, and the
If-
interior is good
If
too.
you squint hard enough and you look at the side,
Oh, don't
the side
say it.
profile,
Don't say it.
And then you
Are
see
you
the
gonna say the
LED
V word?
lights.
Are you gonna say the V word?
It looks like an Audi A8 on
Okay,
the side.
thank you. I thought he was gonna say the V
He
word.
made it worse though.
No. Look at the lights on the side.
Close your eyes. It looks like an Audi. There you go.
No, the Audi
Something like-
A8's rear
Close your eyes, it's a
taillights.
Lamborghini.
The Audi A8's rear
Does
taillights. Yes, it does.
No, I love the car, but I don't see.
No,
it.
No, okay, but wow, we agreed.
Yeah.
We all agreed.
We all
No,
agreed
but,
on that
but
one.
why? But why?
No, okay, for me, honestly, it's just the price. I
And
don't
what
think
you get for the
I don't
price.
think it's exceptionally great as a car, but
Show it to the camera.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but
But no, I do not agree.
you can just like super the
does.
photo.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
But like it's the price and what you get for it. That's it. But I don't think it's so much better than the Vios. I don't.
no, I think for me it's so much better than the Vios.
So much
It
better.
is.
It can compete.
It's not so
against-
much better in the sense if you're just viewing it in a brand perspective. For at least for the rest of the market.
Yeah.
I'm an interior guy, and the interior sells it for me. Yeah,
But the
does it-
quality,
Blue and white, yeah.
the
Yeah,
quality
blue
of
and
the interior,
white
the
does it for me.
design.
It's not powerful though. It has
It's
about
not- it's
the
not.
same
I wasn't
power as the
expecting a
Vios.
lot. I wasn't expecting a lot
How
from
much
them.
power does it make?
102.
That's
No,
not.
the Vios makes 108.
Yeah, it's about the same power and it's heavier, so it's
but
not
102
fast.
and 108, that will not translate to butt feel.
No, it doesn't. It's just it's
But
not
you know what
significant.
translates to butt feel? The difference in the suspension of the M Grand and the Vios.
Hey, the Vios is comfortable.
No, but okay,
Oh, here
it's really soft. But the M Grand, it's more reassuring.
No, the damping of the M Grand is better.
Yeah. But the M Grand's rear seats are much better than even let's say the Altis.
No, I agree. Okay, I've owned 3 Vios in my life. Like 2 second generations and I have the previous generation.
Why?
Because it just makes sense. No,
Because it will
honestly,
take you from point
at
A
the
to
time.
No,
without
but why
it-
did you need 3 Vios at the same time?
No, okay, the first, they're all company cars.
Don't tell me the other two Vioses were unreliable, so you bought the third one.
No, we only had one that's very unreliable, but that was a company car. We didn't buy it brand new.
If I
That was-
owned them,
that was
the 3
An
wouldn't
unreliable Toyota.
there was dude.
Well, he has
Like,
unreliable Toyota.
But
really unreliable.
I get the point of the Vios. Before, remember, I'm older than you guys. So the point is, when I was first driving, because my first car was the Vios, at that time, you couldn't get much better. At that time. But now, since everybody has caught up, I agree. That's why I'm saying that the M Grand is, in theory, I can't believe I'm saying this, in theory, and overall, a better, smarter option than a Vios.
He had to swallow his pride for that. You can
That's
see the
hard.
agitated
That's
look on his
really
face.
hard. But I agree. And that's me not having ever driven the M Grand.
I think it just boils down on the fact that which will last the longest.
Which we can't really
Which we
answer.
can't
Yeah,
say. We
because
can
only
answer
time
that
will
now.
tell. Only time will
But
tell.
as a package that you can buy right now, I think the M Grand
Is better.
is the better. But
Yeah, it is.
I would argue that it could potentially be supposed to be the leader of the segment if you're gonna just base it on the features.
But
Features and-
again, to make you contra a little bit, you said that you don't see much. I went to Iloilo like a month ago, and I kid you not, the most M Grands I've ever seen in my life. Like at least 20.
Well, then at least in Metro Manila, I
Yeah.
can see a lot.
So, but at least we know it's successful pa rin.
Somewhere.
Diba? It's still
Yeah.
successful as a
No,
unit
but seeing
somewhere.
20 M Grands or 20 of a particular car doesn't make it successful.
No,
That's why I
but
think
you
it's
would
underrated.
seeing 20 M Grands in Manila wouldn't be surprising.
Okay.
Seeing 20 M Grands in a province would, because these people in the province are more inclined to trust what they know.
So are these private
Right.
cars or like
These are
government-
private cars.
No, then again, like, check out Haima before. I mean, Haima
yeah.
is still alive now,
In
but
the
they're doing
provinces.
very well in the provinces.
Yup.
The Chinese brands are actually want to do well in the provinces because they know they can gather clientele from there, rather than Metro
So they're the most willing to explore.
because in
I
the
guess.
province, when like you can get like a nice Chinese car that looks better than the rest of the road,
There's a huge
Rest of the
untapped
traffic.
market in the
and then
province.
magmumukha silang pogi. Oh,
Yeah.
pogi ng kotse ko.
That's true.
Speaking of Poging Goche, let's move to the compact SUV category.
What is the
Is it-
compact?
Yeah,
is
what
it-
is
is
the
it- isn't that like
No, we did the subcompact earlier.
So what is the
Oh,
compact?
Yeah, what is
Compact is slightly above 1.3 million. So
isn't that the
It's
new
just-
territory?
yeah, the new territory, the MQ, the Jetour Dashing, the Gearless Cara, the MGHS. What else? The Cherry Tiggo 7 Pro, the Chang'an CS55 Plus.
Nothing in that segment actually, and I
There's
don't like
nothing
it.
really overrated there. I think. Is there?
Is there
I mean,
an
if we were to include the past generation territory, then I would see the territory. But no, it's
Yeah.
the new generation now.
Actually,
And
nothing.
I think the new generation is really good.
Based on the names that you gave, they're pretty new models, so I can't say that I agree with him.
Yeah.
Nothing is overrated yet.
It hasn't really established a foothold.
Yeah,
You have to
that's
give
just-
it a bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe if you're going to say like in the amount of models that you've named, I think the longest standing there is what, the Ascara?
Probably, yeah.
Which is my answer for
And the Cherry
underrated.
Tiggo 7.
That is my answer for the most underrated. Is the
Ooh,
Ascara.
underrated.
I feel like that car
Yeah, but the
didn't.
Ascara was quite expensive.
It was expensive,
No,
but
it was cheap. It
No.
was cheap.
Yeah,
Now it's-
but
now it's
now it's expensive.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why we don't see a lot of Ascaras in the road anymore.
yeah, but I feel like honestly, it's my favorite Geely.
Okay.
It is my
I
favorite
respect
Geely.
No,
Like,
the,
I
the
like-
Napa leather is amazing.
It was different enough from the, how do I say this? It doesn't feel like a mass market product to me. It felt like bespoke
Wait,
unit. Like
Kyle,
they
question.
wanted
Are
it-
there like the Cooler Ray, is it based off the XC40?
No, it's not.
Or was that
The Cooler is the BMA platform. The XC40 is the CMA, I believe. I think they're kind of different.
How about the Ascara? There's no.
No.
Okay.
So are you telling us that no Geely products being sold in the Philippines
Are you using any Volvo
are
parts?
using anything from Volvo?
That is correct. If you're talking about the platform.
No, I mean
No, but parts.
in general, like engine.
Parts. Okay, for the engines, like look into the engine bay, some of the parts there actually share it with Volvo. But
Like
that I'm not too sure. But
significant parts.
no.
Probably
No.
not.
Just like the minor
Like
parts.
yeah, like in the interior, the most that a Coolray would share with an XC40 is the turn signal indicator and the wiper indicator. That's it.
So there you have it, Geely owners.
So, despite being a Coolray owner, can I just tell everyone that a Geely is not a Volvo?
It never
And-
will be.
Yes,
I
and-
mean, at least for now.
And more importantly,
A Volvo is not.
no.
Volvo is not a Geely either.
Isn't that clear?
Remember the Coolray versus SIR video?
Yes.
From Geely makers or Volvo? That's false. That is completely false. Geely is not the maker of Volvo.
Geely just owns Volvo. Volvo's doing their own thing in Gothenburg, Sweden until now. Geely just manages them, but they don't have any foothold in how they engineer their stuff.
Yes. So a Geely is not a Volvo and the M Grand is not an S60.
Oh,
Wait,
what?
Wait, what?
Exactly.
Someone said that?
Someone
People
said
say it's no. S60 is a completely different category of vehicle piece and stuff.
He's
The
mad.
S60 is so much bigger.
maybe S4. I don't know, but someone
And the
said it.
S40 is dead, so it's not an S40 either.
That was a, okay.
That was a
that-
horrible
that-
inclusion.
Yeah, that was a strange comparison right there.
The first one was excusable, but the second one was just
That
out of
was
this world.
pushing it. That was stretching it. Yeah.
You
But
just-
A, in fairness, props to the Coolray for winning that
You're
race.
very brave, pissing off a lot of Geely fanatics. Because there are a lot.
I'm also a Geely owner. I
No.
am allowed to say that, and I believe I have driven a lot of Geely, and I'm telling you, I've also driven Volvos, by the way, new and old. No, a Geely is not a Volvo. Does it feel like a Volvo? It's the closest you can get in its price to get there, but it's still far from it. Okay?
There you have it.
And for some owners there, please remove your Volvo badges.
Yes,
Wow,
yes.
yeah.
There are some,
no way.
dude, there are some Geelys out there that I've seen with Volvo badges.
There's an M brand that replaced the Geely plate back to Volvo.
I
Yes.
saw that. That was
No
appalling.
way.
Look, it's not.
It's not a
please.
budget Volvo, guys.
Okay,
It
the
is
Geely is a
not.
good car. It's a nice car. Leave it as is.
Volvo is also good in its own right.
Yes.
You know, guys, as they say, comparison is the theft of joy. So Geely owners, just be happy with what you have, right?
Yeah, no, I mean,
There's nothing wrong
we're
with
not
it.
saying that they're not
Yeah.
as good as Volvo
Look,
or never
we
going
literally
to be.
have a guy here that owns a Coolray. He likes it.
A
It's a
lot.
good car.
I love it.
Yeah.
But it's not a Volvo. It's not an XC40. I'd still love to own an XC40. Can
Really?
Can I justify the
No, the
price
XC40 is a good
difference?
car.
Huh?
The XC40
It's
is a
good.
good
It's
car.
good. But I can't justify the price difference between a Coolray and an XC40.
How much is an XC40?
Almost 4 million.
Almost
That
4
is
million. I think,
highway
I think it's
robbery.
3.9. That's a
That's
check.
At the
Yeah,
Coolray is
that's
like
a bit
1.2, 1.3 million. So
Yeah, you can buy like nearly 3 Coolrays with that.
is the XC40 3 times better than a Coolray? No.
No.
But is it better than a Coolray? Yes, absolutely.
Wow. Bold conjectures. there
Damn,
are.
this
No, I mean you have to be.
Fire,
It
yeah.
is a different.
That's
It's a
on
totally
fire.
different vehicle. It is.
Yeah, no, it is. I agree. And thank you, Kyle, for educating a lot of people that
They can fight me.
they will. I'm sure they
I can
will.
back it up.
Cancel him, please. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, moving on. Underrated. In that
Underrated
segment.
in that segment.
I said Ascara for me.
I would
I think it's the
say.
Ascara.
I don't think it's the Ascara anymore because of the price though.
I just think that it was never given the right amount of push. Like, they moved on from the Ascara to the Okavango very quickly. Like, when the Ascara came, they're like, oh, great, new car. Then suddenly, oh no, we have something even better, it's the Okavango. So, I feel like it wasn't given
But that's
enough.
because the Okavango was a bigger car.
And it
It
has
was
7
easier for
seats.
Geely Philippines to market that car.
Yeah, I know, but like, honestly, I don't like the Okavango.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not
the
gonna
biggest
say I
fan.
don't like the. I'm not gonna say I dislike the Okavango. Actually, I actually think it's a decent car.
Yeah,
But
I'm
compared
totally right
to
with
the
you.
rest of the Geely lineup, it's my least favorite.
It's the most dated for me in the Geely lineup.
In terms of feels. Because it has plastic everywhere in the
Even in an interior, yeah.
Compared to the others, it's the
I mean,
least-
engine
my least
190
favorite.
horsepower. That's no slouch though.
Yeah.
It's no
Pretty
slouch.
quick because
Yeah.
you get that slight instant torque from the mild
Yeah.
hybrid. Right?
So from a stop, you have that sort
okay,
of push.
I have to be very honest with you about Geely's 48 volt mild hybrid. Like, I've never been able to use it properly. I don't. Okay, I will be honest with you. When I had the Ascara, I was only able to use the mild hybrid at night in Tagaytay.
No, it works all the time, by the way.
No, it doesn't.
You can't just choose
Yeah.
to off and
It
on mild
works out-
hybrid.
it's
No, I
It's
mean
working
like
the whole time.
The light. Like, there's a light, right? That
No,
tells
that's
you.
just telling you you're doing it economically. It works all
It
the
works
time.
all the time. Mild
Well,
hybrid
I
systems.
wouldn't say like all the time, but like
No, it works when
you
you're at a
drive
stop.
it, yeah.
Or when you're braking to a stop.
Not when you're at the stop, when you're braking towards
Braking
the stop.
towards.
Okay, then I was wrong. But
So
okay.
yes, you
anyway.
have tested it out.
From a dig, it also works.
No,
Yeah.
but I will say that the Ascara at full speed is
Good.
it's great.
Wait, hold on, I have to correct myself. I think it does work at the stop, but very quickly. I think when you have your auto stop start thing,
When you're
it's
braking, it regenerates the
Yeah, and then
battery,
when you
right?
fully
If you have the
stop,
auto
it's
start
gonna
stop,
work.
and then
Yeah.
when you're about to move again, that the electric motor assists you to go
Yeah,
forward.
but like when you're stopped and you have your blower working with auto stop start, I think it's using something
Yeah, it's using
like
something.
48
Yeah.
volt thing. It's too
But even if you
complicated.
turn off the start stop, mild hybrid system still works, but just in the sense of for your initial acceleration.
But
Yeah,
I
it just
feel
helps a
it
bit.
more in a performance aspect compared to an efficiency aspect. Like I feel the effects of the mild hybrid more like when I really want to push it. So that's the Ascar, even the Okavango. Like
I do have
Then I
agree
guess it's
with
just
you.
not intrusive.
you really
It's just not
feel-
intrusive.
you really feel the push of the mild hybrid system when you like floor the
But
Ascar.
no. The mild hybrid system only works when you're from a stop. It doesn't work when you're fully flooring it.
It
When
does,
you're-
It
It
does.
does,
It does. It's supposed to help
does.
you acceleration.
It does it?
It
Yeah,
does.
it helps in acceleration. Supposed to.
So I guess it depends on the manufacturer how they
How they execute
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because for some mild hybrids, it only works as a stop from a stop
Yeah.
or from a thing.
There's even a particular mild hybrid that's only 12 volts.
I think that the one he was saying, the one about the star, whatever. In that car, it only works that application. We don't have to talk about it. I
No,
mean,
Pablo, you're already there. What car is this? We were just curious. to
actually,
know.
this is a very, very controversial topic.
It's the only car with an extra 12 volt battery, just like your regular car battery, that is exempted from coding.
It's the Ertiga.
Yes, it is.
Ah.
It even comes with a hybrid badge. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Look,
Because-
look, can I just say I hate it when they just call it just a hybrid.
No, I agree with you that it shouldn't be
It shouldn't be
considered
called the hybrid.
a hybrid, but I have to give props to Suzuki for finding a way
To electrify it.
to get it exempted from coding. Because if you look, the rules state that it has to be registered as a hybrid for it to be exempted from coding. When we had the test unit of the Ertiga mild hybrid, I'm not gonna call it a hybrid, the mild hybrid Ertiga, when you get the registration, it says hybrid. So it is exempted. Just letting everybody know.
So you would be fine if they put a mild on the badging.
Yeah, because it says, like, if they stop
Yeah,
you,
but the Okavango is also exempted, right?
no.
Not anymore.
Not
No.
anymore.
Oh wow.
Oh,
The-
because before the GD people are so vocal about that.
No.
It was exempted for a while until the DOE had
Actually,
this
it's,
press
yeah.
conference.
And it's controversial, even what Suzuki did, because I know that the law states, or I don't even know if it's a law, it's not a law yet, but whatever, states that the car needs to be able to move in electric power only, right?
No, it said something like electric propulsion, but it doesn't have to be. Correct me if I'm wrong. That it has to be the sole mode of propulsion.
No, it had, I think the point was, it has to be able to at least move in EV mode.
Yeah.
There has
Oh,
to
yeah.
be an EV mode. I think that's...
They didn't say for how long. They
Yeah,
didn't say for half
it can be
kilometer.
for 5 meters for all they
As
care,
long
but
as it
for
has
as
it.
long as you can prove that the car can move on its own in EV mode, allows you to be accepted. So that's why, in theory, because the Ertiga cannot do that.
And neither can the Mazdas, right? Or
No.
can they?
No,
Ah.
they
For the new CX-60, I'm not sure. I haven't driven
Yeah,
it.
we.
isn't it an inline six?
Yeah, it's an inline-6.
But it has a M hybrid.
So it's
Yeah.
an MHEV.
It's an MHEV, yeah.
So it's a 48 volt motor, I believe, just like
48 volt
the
motor.
Okavango and the
is.
Scara. So that one, fine. You know what?
You know, we're moving away from the topic.
Okay,
It's a little bit.
Let's go back, let's go
Yeah,
back, let's go back, let's
we're,
go back.
we're not just moving away. We're naturally still talking about it.
No, but I agree though that that's why for me the choice is really the Ascar. That's my underrated.
Okay, I agree. Ascara.
I'm sorry, there's gonna be a controversial opinion, but I'm gonna go with the CS55 Plus as the underrated.
Christ.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a bold.
No, it is. I think it is.
It is. It's a game changer.
What
It's not
in
like-
God's name did you
it's
just
not-
say game
it's not a
changer?
It's not a game changer.
Well, I'm just kidding. But
It's
yeah.
not like it's not a game
It's
changer,
a-
but I agree it's underrated.
Because it's underrated because I don't see enough of it on the road for how much I liked it when I got to use it. And because at first, it was a media drive. I got invited. I got to bring it around, take it to Baguio. It was fine. 3 days, I really enjoyed it. I was shocked at how refined it was compared to the CS35 that I reviewed the week before I had the CS55.
And you enjoyed the CS35.
And I enjoyed the CS35, but then the 55 was a change because the 35 was, wow, black and red interior.
But
You
have you
know.
driven the Ascara?
I have, but it was alright. It was alright, but The CS55 just feels more refined on the inside.
Though I think the Azkara is a better drive than the CS55.
Better
Much
drive.
By a long
better
shot.
drive.
It's firmer though. So people looking for comfort-oriented vehicles,
Yeah.
you might want to go for the 55 instead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the car is
comfort.
pretty bumpy.
Yeah.
It is.
But my problem with the CS55 though, that's why I don't agree that it's underrated, and this is the game changer for the CS55. That is the transmission and the
Oh.
advanced driver assistance system that tries to kind of slide.
Oh yeah, well those
It
were
fi-
the
it
cons.
fights you.
Those were the cons.
It fights you. Unlike you can go like 140 kilometers per hour on a private track with lane markings, right? And the very moment you're gonna go out of your lane, usually at that speed, you want it to subtly guide you back in, right? No, it just yanks the wheel, and that's scary. You could roll over.
No, but to be very...
And it's not easy to turn off either.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
You can though.
Yeah,
can.
You can turn it
I
off, but you
have
have to
to.
like.
Because I haven't driven the 55 plus.
Uh-huh.
I haven't. So you're saying it's more aggressive than the Fords?
It's way more.
Because the
aggressive.
Ford, we were talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this,
yeah.
right?
I
Like,
really
it's
did, right?
aggressive.
A lot
Yeah.
more aggressive.
Like the Everest does not want you to
No,
change
here's the
lanes.
thing.
Wait,
Here's
wait,
the thing.
like MPOW levels would you say?
What do you mean?
The aggressiveness.
No,
of
the
it.
MPOW isn't very
It's
aggressive.
not aggressive
It wasn't that
compared to
No.
the 55. The 55 was scary.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't want
It's
you
not,
to drive.
no, it's not just a 55. Chang'ans in general, actually. Because I found the 35 also aggressive.
The 55 is worse.
Yeah,
55
the
is worse.
55 is worse.
Okay, the problem, with the Ford, it tries to keep you in the lane, and then if you're trying to veer out of the lane, it's gonna fight you by being literally hard and tough,
Yeah.
right? But the 55, it lets you veer out of the lane, and as you're already veering out, it's just suddenly like, just kidding, boom.
It's a
Oh.
very violent
Yeah.
turn. And that was one of the
So
things
it's-
I
It's
hated.
actually
It's-
not safe.
It could
not.
it could possibly pose as like a safety.
It's
It's supposed to
roll
be a
over,
safety
right?
system,
Mhm.
but it's
So
not.
probably just a software update.
Yeah.
I believe that's just a
I
software
feel like the
update.
55 was improved over the updates because the difference from when I had it in Baguio, aka I was scared for my life. Remember?
I
with
was also
the-
scared for
this
my
is
life.
last
I was
year,
your
right?
passenger.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's not talk about
on hanging situations in hills, the
It
hill
kind of rolls down.
It kind of rolls down, and since there's a delay in this DCT, when you step on the gas,
Does it have hill start? Does it start?
it
I think
does.
it does.
It does, but it
But
was
it-
not functioning as it should have.
It's that kind of delay that even the hill start this is already deactivated.
I had to. It was scary because all of the cars were like lined up and they were close to each other on a steep hill, and then the hill start assist deactivated, and then when you want the DCT to kick in, it doesn't. So you have to hold the brake step and then launch it every time you go up.
It's like
But-
driving a manual.
It is.
But when I reviewed it, like a few months later, that problem was gone.
Maybe that's because the hills in Baguio are much steeper than the hills.
No,
of
no,
Metro
because you
Manila.
did not take it to Baguio again.
I did not, but
Yeah.
I tried some inclines again. Maybe not to the same degree, but just to see if the problem persisted.
Yeah, but if you're thinking about it, it should work on any type of incline. That's the point, eh.
Mhm,
The point
that's
is,
the point.
yeah,
Yeah, you're not. It's
Yeah.
not. You can't say it's
Hindi ka dapat
safe.
hindi ka dapat mamili na
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
say it's safe
Okay.
for inclines up to 30 degrees. You can't just say that, right? So
that would be like
Yeah.
yeah, that's dangerous.
that's gonna be a disaster.
Yeah.
for
Perhaps
sure.
maybe some more testing should be done, or maybe I wasn't able to test it enough. But I enjoyed the CS55 quite a lot. Those facts aside, and that's why I'd say it's
How much is
underrated.
this?
And I love the way it looks. I
Well,
love
they
the way it
removed
looks.
the Lux version now.
Yeah,
Now
they're
you're left with the hype, and we haven't. None of us.
yeah,
have
none
tried
of
the
us have
hype.
tried.
I wonder why they got rid of the Lux.
Because
Probably
of the
chip
universe
shortage
yeah.
too could be.
And the uni
the
models,
uni
yeah.
doesn't make sense because I mean like that's not a valid reason to remove the Lux because the price difference is still big and the material difference is still big.
Yeah,
the design difference is still
the
big.
uni is like Chang'an's premium
Premium line.
Yeah.
line of vehicles.
Which none of us have driven.
Yeah.
None of us will borrow it. soon.
will
We
borrow
have.
it soon.
I was able to drive the Unity in a
Huh?
short stint.
You've driven it?
Yeah, the Unity.
Wait, Unity is the more expensive one or
The
the
UDK is.
Oh,
K is the
Yeah.
more
Okay.
expensive.
It's a good car,
Mm.
but it needs more refinement in the sense that, for example, the shifter. A lot of automatic shifters when you just put it down, so it goes to drive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the Unity, when you put it down, it goes to N first, so you have to put it down again to make it drive.
I
So-
think that is a safety
I think that's a
thing.
safety thing.
Yeah, but like it's an automatic shifter. It doesn't feel ergonomic to like.
No, but you can't like
Is it that the
discount the car
E-shifter?
just because of that.
No, I'm not discounting the car. I think it's a good car.
Yeah.
Like the wheels are gorgeous.
Oh.
You're getting Continental what sport contacts. No, not sport contacts, but
How much is the Unity?
1.67
Yeah.
something.
That's not so bad.
It's not too bad, but the
It's not
Unity
too-
is expensive, but the Unity is beautiful.
The Unity is beautiful, but the Unity is way too much cash.
How much
Cash.
is the Lux CS55 again?
1.3?
Oh, 1.3. Okay. Then yeah, that doesn't make
Well,
sense.
it was 1.3.
I was trying. Like in my mind, it was like 1.4, 1.5.
No.
But then it gives off a premium feel. That's probably why I
Yeah.
remembered it like that.
But the Unity is a good car. Like the design,
yeah.
they really knocked that out of the park. The grill in the front, how it just fades away.
So
Then
tapered.
the lights and then the spoiler in the back, that sort of shape, the boomerang shape. It's very gorgeous.
Does it
Yeah,
have
it's very
the
unique.
headrest speakers?
Yes, it does.
Wait,
Which one,
isn't
the
that-
Unity?
no, that's on the
No,
more
no,
expensive
that's the
variant.
Unity.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
on the
Unity.
Unity.
It's
Yeah,
Unity.
those headrest speakers were the first thing that really grabbed me when I went. I was like, wow, okay.
So we will talk about that more when
We get
more
there.
people have driven it.
And we will talk about this topic more in part 2 of this video because once again, our camera equipment is not the best. So thank you for watching the first episode of the Gearless podcast. Once again, I am Kyle Yong. This is...
Pablo Salapantan.
I'm Nathan Reyes.
I'm Carlos Divino.
And thank you for watching.